Hello and welcome to another our debut edition of our debut edition of Football Nugget, focusing on the Nations Cup today. I think it's good to be here. My name is Omar Fields. Some people call me Philip, and hopefully we are going to digest the Nations Cup group by group as we go, and also have a preview of all matches going into the tournament. Hopefully, let's see how it goes on this channel. Please kindly subscribe to our channel, please, and add more views for us, please. Thank you so much. Um, Hopefully, the African Nations Cup was supposed to be last year, and it was postponed to this year due to COVID. We just hope that going into this tournament, it will be a tournament of controversy free. It will be a tournament that everybody is going to like going forward. Hopefully, it will be a tournament that the Europeans will see that the best players are in Africa, and they currently playing in Africa as well. Hopefully, I'll be having some guests coming in from the other side. I'll be having two guests coming in. But first of all, we'll look at Group A, where we will digest um, the Group A: Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Ethiopia, and a whole lots more on others as well. The match between Cameroon and Burkina Faso will be played on Sunday. Also, the match between Cape Verde and Ethiopia all will be played on Sunday as well, which will be part of the opening ceremony going to this Nations Cup. Uh, Cameroon were winners for in 2017. A young Cameroonian side led by Vincent Abubakar went to the Nations Cup, and they won the Nations Cup brilliantly against an experienced Egyptian side that have won the Nations Cup 7 times as well. But let's see how it goes in this Nations Cup, whether there will be surprises, whether the pretenders will come up to show, and also whether the favorite will also come, favorite and contenders will also come up to show. But let's see how it goes, hopefully. Um, we'll be having somebody from one of the guests from somewhere to come join us quickly, hopefully. Um, Hello, John. Hello,
Yes,
John.
I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yes,
Yeah, it's good to be on the show this morning. How are you? It's been a while.
yes, good to be with
Can you hear me, John?
you.
Okay, so it's been a while. The Nations Cup will be coming up. Will commence on the 9th of this month, January, and we're expecting a whole lot of fireworks from different angles. Um, First of all, before we go into dive into the group stages, what are your expectations going into this Nations Cup in terms of play, in terms of officiating, and in terms of the general condition and welfare of players, especially in the era of the pandemic as well?
Right, everyone. The nice to make us question.
I can barely hear you, John. Okay, let's look at Group A, where you have Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, and Ethiopia. Everybody expect Cameroon to win that group. also followed by the Burkina Babes, and hopefully the likes of Cape Verde that gave the Super Eagles or the Nigerian Super Eagles run for their money to also qualify as well, maybe as one of the best losers as well. But with regards to Cameroon, what do you think they will bring to the table, being that they will be the host and they will have the 13 man on their side as well? What do you think they will bring to the table?
Definitely the good tournament. But in a very good team. President of what they and this is a kind of going some what I believe I would be all sports
Okay, John, we can't hear you because your line is breaking. Can you kindly get back to us quickly, please?
Okay.
Can you kindly get back to us? Your line is breaking, please.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on quickly. We all know that we all know what Cameroon brings to the table. We all know how strong and energetic they are for in every Nations Cup they have. They have a certain Vincent Abubakar that plays for them. They also have a certain Vincent Abubakar. They have Chipa Motin. A whole lot of players in the goalkeeper angle. They have Velezonia. Okay, no, that's not Cameroon. There's Simon Musulana, David Espin, and Andre Onana. And then Onana played for Ajax. We know the black guy, black goalkeeper that played for Ajax. Really energetic, really good. I just use the word black. I'm also black as well. So, but Andre Onana played for Ajax. We have Collins Fesia, Oliver Mbazo, Michael. I think it was the captain of the team when they played in the last Nations Cup in 2020. Michael Indudu. You have Makun as well. You have Enzo Espesin. I think they have a lot, but up front they have the experience of Vincent Abubakar. They have the experience of a whole lot of players which they have the experience of up front. Hopefully, I think Cameroon are good to go going into this Nations Cup, and they will give us what they really have. Let me see if John is back once more. Hello, John, are you back? Hello, John, are you back? Are you back, John? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So going back to the first question I asked you, do you really think that Cameroon, as part of one of the contenders as well, to win the Nations Cup, and they've won it 5 times? Do you think also them hosting Nations Cup is an advantage for them to win this Nations Cup? Okay, let me get our second caller on the line. Let me see if I can get our second caller on the line. Can you hear me, John? Alpha. Okay. Are you online? I beg click on with you online now, please.
Yes, I'm online.
Join us. We can. We're having some technical issue. Technical issue. Let's see. Let's hope that it's being resolved. This is our first show. Hopefully, we'll get have that experience. Let's move on to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, they are no strangers. Okay. We have our second guest, Roland, on the online. Hello, Roland. Can you hear us, please?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Roland. Roland is one of our in-house. Is part of the football Nutmeg family. We've been talking about the Nations Cup, Roland. I want us to look at Group A preview. This is the Group A preview. I want us to look at Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, and Ethiopia. Now, going to this Nations Cup, Cameroon are 5 times winners of the Nations Cup. Recently, they won it 4 years ago when they played in Gabon, and the young Cameroonian side won it. But they came to South Africa and they couldn't really replicate that form that they have in 2017. They came to South Africa in 2020 and they couldn't replicate that form. But what are your expectations of Cameroon going to this Nations Cup, knowing fully well that they are also hosting this Nations Cup as well? What are your expectations of them?
Well, for me, I think Cameroon should actually be one of the strongest sides in this upcoming AFCON that is due to start by the weekend. They are the host country, and I think this is not the first time that they will host this tournament. They should have hosted it before, but due to COVID-related issues and funding and a lot of things, the tournament couldn't hold in Cameroon, and Egypt actually now hosted it in their stead. So I think this Cameroon side is very good. They have some solid players in that team. And first of all, you can look at Choupo-Moting, the guy that plays for Bayern Munich. We know it's not a regular for them because, of course, you have the likes of Lewandowski spearheading the attack of Bayern Munich. So he barely gets chance to play. And whenever he is given the opportunity to play for Cameroon, he has always performed. So he's not just the only one that makes up that team. You also have a particular striker that plays for Lyon, known as Tako Ekambi, a very strong and a very strong and a powerful player. I think the team is relatively good.
You also have the likes of Vincent Abubakar.
Yeah, well. Vincent Abubakar he now plays in Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr. We know him in his days in Porto. Yeah, we know him in his days in Porto and everything. I think they will have that home advantage.
You remember that they have an experienced goalkeeper in their ranks.
Yes.
Onana.
Andre Onana. But you know, Onana has not played football for a very long time, like even going to a year since that is issue in Ajax or some months. He has not actually played top flight football. So I just hope it's not going to affect his form and how he's going to perform. I think that Cameroonian squad is relatively good, but of course you can't compare them to the favorites, the Algerians, the Senegals, because of course they are the favorite. But as host nation, I want to believe Cameroon can actually spring a surprise. For me, I would say they are my dark horse in this tournament.
Okay. So, you expect them to win the group, which is good. You expect them to win that.
Yeah. I expect them to. I don't expect them to get all 9 points because you look at Burkina Faso and Cape Verde. Cape Verde is also another solid team. Also, Burkina Faso, they played the 2013 final against Nigeria that we won them. But that Burkina Faso, I don't think they even have up to 5 players that are surviving from that last time. But Cameroon should be able to win that group. I believe they will be able to win the group.
Considering that they have Aston Villa Traore on their ranks as well, I think they will also be dangerous as well going forward. I think for me, it's all about putting how these coaches put their team together in the Nations Cup and how disciplined that they are. We all know, we notoriously known African side not to be very, very disciplined when they play tournament. Especially the West African side, they are not really disciplined. But what do you expect from Cape Verde and Ethiopia in that group as well?
Well, I think that group now will have to the team that should finish second. I think I'm looking at Cape Verde and Burkina Faso. Of course, most of these Cape Verdeans, they are based in Portugal, maybe because of their relationship with Portugal. So most of them are based in Portugal. So I want to believe the Cape Verde squad will be able to do something in this tournament. Maybe finish second, but of course, Burkina Faso has a lot to also tell them. But I don't see Ethiopia even standing a chance. I don't see Ethiopia stopping any of those teams. I think Ethiopia will finish bottom of that group. I'll give that group to Cameroon. Then I'll look at Cape Verde and Burkina Faso. Probably one of them should finish second behind Cameroon in that group.
Okay. That's okay. That's good. That's fine. Okay. I just think that for me on my own end, the Nations Cup will be we all know the controversies that have emerged that players have not been allowed to join their national teams. We also know that the likes of Watford, club sites like Watford have stopped their players, especially our own Nigerian
Emmanuel
Dennis, and as well the likes of Sarr for Senegal as well. A lot of players have been stopped by that team. So, but I just think that the Europeans and the European League do not respect these tournaments that tournament that we host in Africa. So going forward, what do you think we can do to stop this whole issue going forward?
Well, for me, I would have suggested summer, but we know during summer it's raining heavily in Africa, and we don't even have that facility yet. Like, okay, you cover the stadium so they can play football without rain disrupting everything. I think this January has been a long culture in Africa, and it's not just going to change now. I think we should still keep it like that. But for me, I think probably UEFA, FIFA, they need to come together, including CAF. So since this tournament is for 1 month, they can actually put league football on hold for 1 month because this tournament comes every 2 years or every 3 years. So they can actually put tournament club side football in those parts of the world. They can put it on hold for 1 month. Now, see, they've never hosted the World Cup during November, December, but now Qatar is going to host the World Cup that period. So why why is everybody aligned to them? Why did they not say no? World Cup must be the June, July, August that we normally know. But no, it's not happening. Qatar is hosting the World Cup. Everybody wants to be part of the World Cup, and every country that will participate in that World Cup know that okay, the World Cup is now November, December. So why is that of Africa different? Why must it be that we have a tournament in January that has been for a very long time happening, and some certain club, maybe likes of Liverpool, we heard about club one time saying it's a small tournament or non-tournament, like. You know that your key players in Liverpool, they are from that continent, and you're calling the tournament, they participate in a small tournament. I think it's all about CAF, UEFA, and FIFA coming together in the round table and get an agreement. Those top clubs, they can postpone their league or keep it on hold for 1 month because I don't think we are going to change January, February for AFCON because of our weather.
It can't be changed. I just think that the club side should realize that the AFCON, the African Nations Cup, have come to stay.
Yeah.
And they should respect the Nations Cup, really, because currently now, if you look at in terms of the list of players, in terms of the state of play globally, I think Africa has the best players best players currently parading in European football and even in the world as well. Let's forget about the issue of technicality, whether he's talented or not. But when you look at the current state of play, Africa has the best players in the world, and I just hope that this club side, FIFA, and even UEFA should come in times to respect this tournament as well.
Yeah, you have a very valid point, but I know a lot of people will not agree when you say Africa have Africans.
No,
We
they
have the
do.
best African player. Maybe you look at I know you call Salah and the Chelsea goalkeeper. I think those are the but a lot of people always rate those other Europeans ahead of us, and maybe also South Americans ahead of us. I think this has always been there. The stigma, if I should put it that way, it has always been there. For instance, sorry, I'm digressing. Look at Aubameyang having issues with Arsenal. He's the captain. Captain armband was taken off him. I was asking, okay, what happened to Maguire in Greece as a Man United captain? If he was not British or if he was not English, would they still retain him as captain of Manchester United after that squabble in Greece and he assaulted a police officer? Aubameyang didn't even do something worse. Okay, his mom is not feeling fine. He went to see her. He was due to come on Wednesday and he came on Thursday very early in the morning. And because of that, disciplinary issues and he's paying the price. He can no longer get into the Arsenal team. He was even one of the first players that was chased away from the team to go to Gabon, to go to the AFCON Cup of Nations. I think these are issues that should be addressed. And I always believe CAF can always come in and address some of these issues. But I don't know if CAF is playing politics or they don't really care about the welfare of African players. I know that without African players, Europe, most of the clubs in Europe will suffer. Like you can look at French League, look at Belgium League. It is dominated by predominantly African players. All the clubs like in France, yeah.
Okay, let me just stop. Let me just stop you. Let me stop you there. Let me bring John into the program, please. Let me add John to the stream. Hello, John. Can you hear? I hope you've been following us as well, John. Hello, John. Oh, John has gone off. Okay. Okay. When you look at okay, let me before we go to the predictions. Predictions for the two games on Sunday. When you really look at the World Cup, especially as the likes of Arsene Wenger are clamoring for a biennial World Cup, do you really think that a biennial World Cup will not affect the Cup of Nations?
It will, to be honest. It will affect the Cup of Nations. It even affects European football because the UEFA or Euros, they played it every July before 4 years. So you now want to have World Cup because they've already positioned it in a way that it's not going to clash with the World Cup. For instance, they play Euros 2004, then they play World Cup 2006. They play Euro 2008. They play World Cup 2010. So they have that 2 years gap that that at the end of the day it's not going to affect themselves. That's how they partition it and position it. But as regards Africa, they have a different whatever. They don't really care. So it behoves on the CAF or member organization in Africa. It behoves on us to actually continue with our tournament. Because as I even saw, I think Infantino saying something about the World Cup every two years. Also, a lot of players have come out to say they are in support of it. I'm not in support of it.
That's a joke. That's a joke, though. That's a joke. I think it will die the way the Super League also died as well.
For me, even this Euro Nations League, for me, what is the purpose of Euro Nations League?
Being played globally, and with the pandemic, it's affecting fixtures left, right, center. Okay, let me bring John back to the show.
Okay.
Hello, good morning, guys. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning. Okay.
Yeah, good morning, John. Welcome.
Because we have about 6 to 7 minutes to the end of the show. But let me just pop you in with what Ian Wright said, that the African Cup of Nations has not been respected. Do you agree that the African Cup of Nations has not been respected?
Definitely. We have the Asian tournament also holding in January. But I've never heard that they used to have this kind of squabble with their players when they are releasing their players. Son had to leave Tottenham a year ago to go and play the Asian League, but nobody made any fuss. So why is it that it's always when it's African teams that they will have so much quarrels with the teams? I think, like I said once, that the major problem that we're having is the African players themselves don't actually respect the AFCON enough. You know, when you respect your tournament, definitely you are forcing the club to respect it. 2017, Matip had to retire from his national team just because they were querying him why he didn't come for the Nations Cup. We've had Yaya Toure had to retire from the Ivory Coast national team before Man City could agree to give him a new contract. If these players don't respect the tournament, then how do you expect the Europeans to respect it? Asians have their tournaments almost the same time. The Gold Cup is played every 3 years. Although it is played at the center of the European season, it is almost entering into the new season, yet nobody complains. So why must it always be whenever it's the African turn? Is it because of the money that these players have been offered that most of them just feel, if I leave, I may not get this money elsewhere, or if I leave, I may not get this contract elsewhere?
Okay, are you saying that the players are part of the problem? The players are also part of the problem.
Exactly. For me, the players are even having 60% of the problems. Because if you take whatever you hold sacred, is what people will hold sacred for you. Most of these players, if you leave them, if you leave them,
okay, since we lost audio from John. Hello, John, can you hear us?
I'm struggling to hear him.
Okay. I think we lost audio from John.
takes his hands off it. Most of them.
I think it's network.
Okay. I think we're struggling on another technical issue, but Roland, can you give us your prediction with regards to the match against Cape Verde and Burkina Faso, please? I mean, no. Cameroon and Burkina Faso.
Cameroon versus Burkina Faso, yeah. That's 5 p.m. Nigerian time on Sunday. I want to believe the home team will just have that slight advantage over Burkina Faso. I think Cameroon will get all 3 points against them at home.
Okay. John is back. John, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry for the.
I wanted to say something to what John was saying as regards the player.
I'm listening.
Because if, for instance, if you look at our own Odion Ighalo, before now, after leaving Manchester United and signing for Al-Shabaab and everything, now I was even privy to go through his contract. Now, part of the contract said Ighalo cannot, because their season is so ongoing, and join Super Eagles. You understand? So I was at MQ Abiola Stadium yesterday. So I was having a chat with somebody. So I was not saying, at the end of the day, you might not really blame Ighalo because of what? Now these people, they pay in bills. So if they are paying your bills and the club paying your bills, tell you that this is what you will do, I think you have no option than to agree to them, to their terms and conditions. So the only thing that can be done as regards Ighalo issue is for probably Amaju Pinnick, NFF, or whoever to actually have a meeting and discuss with the Al-Shabaab president, Al-Shabaab chairman, whoever, the club basically. Because if I were in Ighalo's shoes, you understand, for instance, I'm earning £200,000 a week. And, if you don't go to work, you will not be paid. Probably that's how it is being run in that part of the world. Now they say, oh boy, if you go Nigeria, you are no longer be part of you no longer be part of what, and age is also telling on Ighalo. The guy need to also work and keep money for future. So it's just to bend to them. But I know they are still negotiating if he's going to be, because yesterday the coach of Super Eagles actually said they are expecting Ighalo to be with them like as 5 p.m. Like if Ighalo doesn't meet up, then Ighalo is not going to be part of the squad. Yeah, I should forget it and all those things. So I feel NFF actually has big role to play in these things. It's not just club. I understand the person at club, they pay bill and they decide whatever. The contract was there. Ighalo saw it and he signed them. The guy go find money to ball.
I'll really say something in regards that. When Ighalo signed that contract, he had retired from the national team.
Yes. They said
you should put that into consideration.
Yes, you put that.
So when he was signing that, he didn't really see that possibility that he would actually be in this situation. I'm talking about players who are actually in their national teams and then having to sign contracts that are totally demeaning their African continent. So that is really my problem. Ighalo's own is very understandable because at the time he signed that contract, he had retired.
I agree.
But if you talk about maybe players who are still in their best of forms now, you cannot go now and sign. Let me say a player now. Let me not even use Ighalo now as a standard. Okay, as Eva Benega is now. Eva Benega is still a very strong part of the Argentine national team.
Yes.
And he's also playing that same Al Shabab. I'm telling you, Al Shabab cannot insert that into his contract.
Because of course the Copa America doesn't affect, but the Copa America doesn't affect their season.
Yes, but I'm telling you, they can't insert that into his contract because of how he values his contract.
I agree.
So that is just what I'm saying.
For the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, and the rest of them, now then go decide how they want their contract to be.
Thank you. I intentionally didn't even bring players of that caliber. I brought a player that is almost at the same level with Odion Ighalo now, a player who is also 30-something, who is also playing in the very same club. And I'm telling you that club now cannot put that particular clause in his contract. Thank you anyways. Thanks for the observation.
Okay, guys,
something just has to be done, honestly.
Okay, guys, I just think that there are a whole lot of things that have to be done in Nigerian football. We've not really got it right before. I hope we get it right going into the future. We have it's a 30-minute show, but I think I can spare, because this is our first live show. I can spare some extra 5 more minutes. Okay, let's go back to the prediction segment, please. On the prediction segment, Cameroon, Burkina Faso is the first match of the day. Roland, your prediction, please.
I'm giving Cameroon 2-0, 2-1 victory against Burkina Faso.
John, your prediction, please.
I'll go for a Cameroon victory. 2-0.
Scores, please.
2-0. I will expect them to do the same thing Italy did in the opening match of the Euro. 2-0.
Okay. Cape Verde, Ethiopia, please. Who will win that match? Prediction.
I can't get a score line, but I think Cape Verde will win Ethiopia. I can't actually say a particular score.
I'll give you the same. I will give you a score line for that. I'll give you the same 2-0. Cape Verde will do 2-0.
2-0. That would be good. Okay. Before we go, I just hope that we avoid controversy in this Nations Cup. Especially there will be VAR in all matches as well. There will be some few changes as well in the Nations Cup, but the basic rules will be there as part of football. So the question I really want to ask you, John, is that going to this Nations Cup, do you think that the officials are well equipped to handle each game as they come?
Definitely. I think we have, if not, we have A class officials in Africa. We've had an African ref that took the Nations Cup the World Cup finals. So, and from what I gathered, I think we have 2 invited officials too, from UEFA. So I think normally the officiating would not really be the problem.
As part of the exchange.
Yes. There are officials coming in from other continents as well. But I don't think the controversy that I'm saying will come really from the matches themselves. I think the controversy that I'm saying will come from the administrators. During the tournament, based on these issues of Corona, based on the issue of the way things are going now, I think where we're going to likely see issues is with players and administrators, administrators and CAF. You will definitely get some. But I just hope it doesn't tarnish the image of the tournament, because I'm looking forward to seeing a very beautiful tournament from next week.
Okay, how about you, Roland? What are your expectations in terms of controversy and the rest of them?
My own anger is with CAF. How come Nigeria? Look at Nigeria. We have just 1 assistant referee. Like, it's insulting. Like, we can't even produce a single ref in this tournament. Nigeria. I don't know.
You should be no. Hold on. You should be glad that you even have. You should be glad that you even have one.
You look at.
We've not even had a representative as an official in this. If I stand to be corrected, we've
always had it bad. Yeah, we've always had it bad. Yeah, in terms of
so if we have
referees.
one, it shows.
So why must it be an assistant
that's not even a CAF problem. It's an NFF problem.
And that's what I'm going to say now, because
the referees committee should come.
At the end of the day, when CAF or whoever they ask NFF or whatever to bring their best or something, or you pass through tests and training and everything, then you're telling us the best we can actually give. If it was we have this assistant referee in the World Cup, I will understand. Okay, because every continent is giving slots. Okay, Nigeria now we can't get assistant. Yeah, we can't get assistants for FIFA World Cup. It's okay by me. But how would that be a CAF competition? South Africa will reproduce, or even other countries, Swaziland. I will not want to talk about North Africa because okay, their league is superior and their referee they're exposed and everything.
I just think that we stop money instead of us complaining against the CAF itself.
Officials.
Let us look inward and look at what we have done and what we haven't done.
Exactly.
As Nigeria, and look at the controversies that have been
besieging us, my dear.
That have been building the league with respect to officials in quotes. How officials are being bribed left, right, center. But I think that's another talk for another day. And I will have our next show will be tomorrow, hopefully by the same time, 10 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, and hopefully we'll all convey here and talk about Group B, where you have the likes of Senegal and the likes of Guinea and two other countries in that group. Hopefully, we'll convey and talk about it. Okay, it's been a nice show, and thanks for being here with me on Football Nugget, Nutmeg channel, and hopefully we'll convey here tomorrow. Thank you so much, Roland. Thank you so much, John. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Also.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great privilege. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, guys. It's been a wonderful show. Hopefully, we will come back here tomorrow to have another match preview of Group B, and where we'll look at Senegal, we'll look at Malawi and Guinea as well. Thanks for being part of this program on Football Nugget channel. My name is Omar Fields. Thank you.